Hello everyone. In the second lecture of UV visible spectroscopy, we will discuss about the possibility of different electronic transition in a molecule. So as in a previous lecture, we have seen that there is a different possibility of transition in a molecule, and these are the all possible transition can be in a molecule, like sigma to sigma star, pi to pi stars, n to sigma star, n to pi star, sigma to pi star, and pi to sigma star. So these are the possible electronic transition can occur in a molecule. And these were the different energy level for molecular orbital. Sigma is the lowest energy, then pi, then n pi star, and sigma star. So if, as we have talked in a previous slide, there were all possible transition from occupied molecular orbital to antibonding molecular orbital or unoccupied molecular orbitals. But all possible transition does not observe in the UV spectrum of organic molecules. So whatever is observing in a spectrum, we say them observe electronic transition. All possible electronic transition are not allowed in organic molecules. Only few of them are allowed electronic transition. Others are forbidden electronic transition. Now we will see how we decide which one is allowed transition, which one is a forbidden transition. So there is some selection rules. So according to quantum mechanics in spectroscopy, all transition are not allowed according the various rules. Those are called selection rules. First selection rule says a electron cannot change its spin quantum number during a transition, and such transition are forbidden if spin quantum number of an electron is changing. Second selection rule, that there are restrictions on the symmetry of electronic state for a transition, and transition between two orbitals that are not symmetric are forbidden. Like for example, sigma to sigma star transition is allowed transition because sigma and sigma star both has same symmetry, but sigma to pi, both orbitals have different symmetry. So sigma to pi star is a forbidden transition due to different symmetry of orbitals. Besides that, there is other selection rules also. So to further complicate it, forbidden transition are sometimes observed due to some other factors. So they can be observed also, but theoretically they are forbidden transitions. So now we will discuss one by one for all transitions, like sigma to sigma star transition, which is allowed transition according to the selection rules. So electron from sigma orbitals is excited to corresponding anti-bonding orbital, that is sigma star, means sigma to sigma star, and the energy required is larger for this transition because this transition has larger gap between bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbital. And the example of the molecule those gave the transition are methane, because it has CH bond only and can undergo to sigma star, or this molecule has only sigma and sigma star bonding orbital because there is only sigma bonds. And the transition for sigma to sigma star shows the absorbance maxima at 125 nanometer. So this will be the sigma to sigma star transition. Now one new term added here, absorbance maxima or lambda maximum. So what is lambda maximum? So the wavelength at which a substance shows maximum absorbance is called absorption maxima or lambda max. As you can see here, this spectrum shows maximum absorbance at 270 nanometers. So lambda max for this spectrum is 270 nanometer. Now next transition is pi to pi star transition. So pi electrons in a bonding orbital is excited to corresponding anti-bonding pi star orbital. And compounds containing multiple bonds like alkenes, because for pi to pi star transition there should be a pi bond in the molecules. And the examples of this type of molecules are alkenes, alkynes, carbonyl, nitrile, and aromatic compounds. Those may undergo pi to pi star transitions. And this transition absorb in the region 170 to 205 nanometer. So this will be the pi to pi star transition. Next is N to sigma star transition, N to sigma star transitions. So saturated compounds containing atoms with a lone pair of electrons like oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, and halogen, because n orbitals has non-bonding lone pair of electrons. So only molecules having non-bonding lone pair of electrons may undergo n2 sigma star transition, and the atoms having non-bonding lone pair of electrons are oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. So any molecules containing oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, or halogen are capable to give n2 sigma star transitions. And this transition usually require less energy than sigma to sigma star, because the gap for n to sigma star is lower than sigma to sigma star transition. And the number of organic functional group with the n to sigma star peaks in UV region comes around 150 to 250 nanometer. Means this transition occurs at this range in the UV region. So next is n to pi star transition. So an electron from non-bonding orbital, means from n, is promoted to anti-bonding pi star orbital. So this means molecule will have oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur in addition of double bond or pi bonds. So compound containing double bond involving heteroatoms such as oxygen, nitrogen, halogens may undergo such transition. So n2 pi transition require minimum energy, and because this has minimum gap compared to other transition, and show absorption at longer wavelength around 300 nanometer. So this is the transition n2 pi star. Next two transition are sigma to pi star transition and pi to sigma star transitions. And these electronic transition are forbidden transition and are only theoretically possible because both orbitals has different symmetry. So according to selection rule, the transition will be the forbidden transitions. So means sigma to pi star and pi to sigma star will be the forbidden transition. So now these are the all allowed transitions among the possible transition, that is sigma to sigma star, pi to pi star, n2 sigma star, and n2 pi star. Now sigma to sigma star require the highest energy because this has the highest gap between sigma and sigma star. Then pi to pi star require 200 nanometer, n2 sigma star 150 nanometer, and n2 pi star require lowest energy, means it shows at highest wavelength. But if you remember, UV visible spectrometer generally works in 200 to 400 nanometer region, means near UV visible region. So if we compare only n2 pi star and pi to pi star may observe in this range. So now we will focus only for pi to pi star and n2 pi star transition, because only these can appear in this 200 to 400 nanometer range. So thus n2 pi star and pi to pi star transition show absorption in region about 200 nanometer, which is accessible to UV visible spectrometer. So now we will focus in the organic molecules about only these two transitions. So this is the energy order for all allowed transitions. So sigma to sigma star are highest energy, then n2 sigma star, then pi to pi star, and n2 pi star. So we will focus to pi to pi star and n2 pi star, where they are the lower in energy, and so they will absorb above than 200 nanometer. So sigma to sigma star transition possible only in saturated hydrocarbons, and to sigma star saturated compounds containing heteroatoms having unshared pair of electrons like nitrogen, oxygen, or halogens. Pi to pi star transition may occur in the compounds having double or triple bond or aromatic compounds. N to pi star unsaturated compounds containing heteroatoms having unshared pair of electrons. This is the UV spectrum of benzoic acid. So this is the spectrum between wavelength and absorbance, or it can also plot between the epsilon or log epsilon, where epsilon is the molecular extinction coefficient, and it works based on the Beer-Lambert's law. So Beer-Lambert's law is that absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration and the length. So length is L here, and the intensity of incident light is I0, and the intensity of transmitted light is I. Then absorbance will be log I naught upon I, and Beer law tells absorbance is equal to epsilon concentration and length, concentration of this solution, and epsilon is a molecular extinction coefficient here. So this is the way to represent the UV visible spectrum, and this is the lambda maximum for different electronic transitions. And this is the plot between wavelength and log epsilon. Epsilon is a molecular extinction here. Now factor affects lambda max. So the main factor which may affect the lambda max or absorbance maxima is the conjugation. So when double bond are conjugated in a compound, lambda max is shifted toward the longer wavelength, as we can see in these two examples. So in the case of one hexadiene, which shows lambda max at 178 nanometer. But if it become conjugated, that is 2,4-hexadiene, then lambda max become 227 nanometer. Means as conjugation increasing or there is a conjugation, the lambda max got increased from 178 nanometer to 227 nanometer. Another example we can see here, the conjugation of carbon-carbon double bond and carbonyl group also shift the lambda max of both groups to longer wavelength. Like in case of ethane, it shows lambda max at 171 nanometer, and acetone shows lambda max at 279 nanometer. Now we will combine these two molecules, and finally we'll see the lambda max for alkene and acetone part. So this is crotonaldehyde, and this shows lambda max at 290 nanometer because there was no conjugation in case of ethylene and acetone. But in case of crotonaldehyde, now this double bond is in conjugation with this carbonyl. So as conjugation increases, the lambda max is increasing. It becomes 290 nanometer in this case of crotonaldehyde. Now why this lambda max is increasing? So this is the molecular orbital diagram for ethane. So this has HOMO is pi and LUMO is pi star, means psi1 and psi2. Now compare it with betadiene. So this is the molecular orbital, means HOMO and LUMO for ethene. Now if we talk about betadiene, it will have 4 pi orbitals, means 2 bonding orbitals and 2 anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Means it will have psi1, psi2 as bonding orbitals and psi3 star and psi4 star as anti-bonding orbitals. But if you see the gap between bonding, which is psi2, and anti-bonding, which is psi3 star here, means HOMO is psi2 and LUMO is psi3 star, is lower than the gap between HOMO and LUMO of ethene, means psi1 and psi2 star. So as conjugation increases, the gap between HOMO and LUMO is getting decreasing. So it requires lesser energy. Lesser energy means it will absorb at a higher wavelength. Region that we are seeing a increment in the lambda max as conjugation getting increasing. So there's a point to remember that as higher the conjugation, lower the gap between HOMO and LUMO, and lower the energy required for that transition. It means higher the wavelength or lambda max. So this is the relation between conjugation and lambda max. Now, if compound having 8 or more than 8 double bond in conjugation, it will appear in the visible region, means it will absorb lambda max at 400 nanometer. So it will absorb now in visible region. So pi to pi star transition require less energy, and depending on the amount of conjugation, it can reach into the visible region of the spectrum, which makes these compounds colored. So now we have to count the number of double bonds in conjugation. If it is more than 8, means it will absorb in visible region, and that compound will show the color. So that's the region we are seeing the color in case of some compound like dyes. Let's discuss some example. This is a beta carotene, which is responsible for the color in carrots. And this compound shows lambda max at 455 nanometer, which is in the visible range. If you count the double bond, it has more than 8 double bond in conjugation. Like it has 11 double bond in conjugation. That's why it absorbed at 455 nanometer. So lambda max is at 45 in the far below region of the spectrum, and this is absorbed, and the remaining light has the complementary color of orange. So that's the region to see the color orange for this compound, which is the responsible for the orange color of carrots. Second example is lycopene, which shows lambda max at 474 nanometer, and this molecule also had more than 8 double bond in conjugation. This is the indigo, which also has more than 8 double bond in conjugation. So both compounds show the color in visible region. And thank you very much and have a very nice day.